So it seems like Ubisoft is going to continue their notorious actions, and they're going to be doubling down on the fact that gamers should get comfortable not owning their games. And this has pissed off the entire internet. Now, I've been meaning to make this video much sooner, but I just had other things going on. But since I have the time now, I have to talk about this. I've been meaning to talk about this much sooner, and trust me, this story is gonna get wild fast, and this is gonna piss a lot of you people off because I'm pretty sure some of you folks probably heard about this. But for those of you who don't know, let me catch you up to speed real quick. There's this game out there called The Crew, and Ubisoft is shutting down access to not only the multiplayer, so you can't play online, but they're revoking your access to the single player as well. I mean, if the game has single player. Now, I do not have any knowledge on this game called The Crew. I've never played it. I've heard stories about it. But, dude, seeing what Ubisoft is doing is unacceptable. I'm pretty sure some of you folks may or may not remember this, but last year I made a video talking about how Ubisoft is planning to take away your games if you don't log into your Uplay account enough. But guess what? That doesn't fucking matter because if you log into your Uplay account and if you bought the crew, the game is not even there. Like, it's not playable. You can't install it. Nothing. It's literally unplayable, and Ubisoft has basically eradicated the crew from existence. So you can no longer play this game anymore. And you're probably wondering, well, Nightwing, can people still try to make dedicated servers for it? No, you can't even do that because Ubisoft killed off the game entirely. As a matter of fact, I took a quick look over on the Steam community page and I saw this interesting post. So I'm going to show it to you folks. So this is what people are reporting on over on the Steam page, and this is what they're saying. Ubisoft is deleting the crew from players' libraries. I just read on Twitter that Ubisoft is pulling licenses from paying customers now that the servers have shut down, meaning that Ubisoft stole your copy of the game, which I'll talk about in a second. I don't think people realize how important this moment is. If we don't stand against it, this might become a common practice on the industry. Imagine paying for a game and having your key revoked in a couple of years. And then a comment underneath follows up with, "This is a crime," or "That is a crime." It's so blurry on my screen, I apologize, but "That is a crime. I just checked and my useless copy is still on my Ubi Connect account." So basically, this is what I was trying to warn some of you folks about last year. They are literally stealing your games that you paid money for. Imagine paying for a video game that you paid $60, if not $70 for, and then Ubisoft literally took that game away from you. This is literally Ubisoft breaking into your fucking house, breaking down the door, going into your gaming room, and they pretty much are taking their copy of the game back, and they're saying, "Fuck you, your time with this game is over, deal with it." Would you be okay with that? Would you be okay with Ubisoft stealing your games from you? Would you be okay with that? I just want to bring this up as an example. Imagine if the car company came to your house the next morning as you were just about to leave for work, right? And you got a long drive ahead of you, and all of a sudden, the people that you bought that car from came to your house and they're revoking your access to that, and they're saying, "No, fuck you. We decided to take your car away from you. Your time driving this car is over. Good luck walking 3 hours on the highway getting to your fucking job, buddy." Would you be okay with that? Would you be okay with that car company pretty much stealing your car that you paid money for and everything that is yours? Would you be okay with that? So why is it okay for Ubisoft to steal other players' games? Imagine this as an example, okay? Here's another example I'm gonna bring up. Imagine if Activision did something like this with Call of Duty, right? And they shut down the servers for multiplayer and they revoked your access to the point where you can't even play the single player campaign or you can't play the local multiplayer against bots. And imagine Activision breaking into your fucking house, punching you in your fucking nutsack, and they're saying, fuck you, we're taking our copy of Call of Duty back, deal with it. Would you be okay with that? Would you be okay with Activision stealing your copy of the game? Here's another example. What about EA and their Madden franchise? Which, trust me, I heard the horror stories of Madden too, but imagine if EA broke into your fucking house and they stole your copy of Madden and they're shutting all the servers down for online and they revoked access to the single player to where you cannot play that anymore. And would you be okay with that? Would you be okay if EA broke into your fucking house and stole your copy of Madden and they said, fuck you, this is our game, we're taking it back now, deal with it? Would you be okay with that? So again, why is it okay for Ubisoft to steal other people's games and get away with it? This is not okay. Ubisoft is literally committing a crime of stealing players' property that they paid money for. They're stealing purchases, like video game purchases that they paid money for. Ubisoft is committing a crime, and this issue has gotten so bad and out of control. There have been reports over in the UK government where they're going to start potentially getting involved at some point and they're going to somewhat investigate this issue. I heard that the UK somewhat has reasonable protection plans for people that play video games over there, and they're gonna somewhat look into this, but even then, man, like, this problem has gotten so bad, like, I feel like more people should go to their local governments and report this issue, whether it be in the United States, Canada, the UK, whatever. We need to stop this bullshit happening because, like the Steam page said, if this is a new normal standard now for the game industry, where game companies can take your games away at any time, whether it be a digital or physical copy, that is just unacceptable and that is just not allowed. I am just absolutely befuddled on why this is even happening in the first place. I am just beyond furious for everybody on the internet right now. And I truly feel bad that this is happening to everyone that has bought this game. Now, again, I have no clue what this game is about, but I still feel bad because people cannot get access to this game anymore. And Ubisoft is wondering why they're becoming a shit company. I mean, for Christ's sake, not even Activision and EA would do something this bad. Don't get me wrong, they're scumbag companies that should go bankrupt. They have their problems too, don't get me wrong, but Ubisoft took it a step further and they basically said, hold my beer. Let me show you how we can really be a scumbag company. Boy, don't you just love this modern gaming trend to now it's gotten so bad. It has gotten to the point where now companies are now starting to take away games that you paid money for. Don't you just love it when companies like Ubisoft revoke access to your games? Boy, I sure fucking hate it. Oh my Christ. I am just so angry for everybody out there. Like, I don't even know what to say at this point. You know, Ubisoft as a company, I used to think that some of their products were good, like the Assassin's Creed games, but they're just going to revoke access to that now from this point going forward. I don't give a shit about Ubisoft. I made a video a couple months ago talking about how I now hate Ubisoft. This just continues to prove my point. Ubisoft doesn't care about you. They don't care about the products. They don't care about making anything good. They only care about stealing players' products and making money. Gee, I wonder why I have no problems going back to physical copies on my older consoles anymore. You can't tell, but in my hands right now, I have a physical copy of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag on the Xbox 360. I'll have my editor put a screenshot of it up on the screen right now. You see this, Ubisoft? I have this forever, and I can play this whenever I want. I don't need a live service or a bullshit subscription as my phone goes off. I don't need a live service bullshit subscription service to play a game. Just saying. I can go back to my Xbox 360 and play this game whenever I want. Go to hell, Ubisoft. I hope your company goes bankrupt. If Ubisoft wants people to get comfortable not owning their games anymore, then I think Ubisoft should get comfortable losing customers, and they should get comfortable losing players, and they should get comfortable losing money. Let's see how this works out for you, Ubisoft. Now, before I end off this video, I do want to give credit to this person. He inspired me to even talk about this subject and make this video in the first place. They go by some Ordinary Gamers is the name of their channel. I'm pretty sure some of you folks heard about them, but they even talk about how bad the situation has gotten and how people should have a right to play these games and how these games should have a dedicated single player if the live service goes down. I recommend you go check him out. I'll leave the link to his channel in the description down below so you can go get more information on this subject. So, with this being said, thank you everyone for watching and for listening, and until next time, I'm talking about Ubisoft and how they are pulling an anti-consumer move, and I'll see you all later.